All right. So, welcome to Tarot by Seth. I was on yesterday. I was on a different account, and I realized it like hours later. So, hopefully, anyone who was on yesterday finds me here. So, anyways, I'm just getting started. I'm hanging out. My donations are open. Feel free to check out the box, the description box for where you can donate. I don't have PayPal, so if you're overseas, I don't think I can help you there. But I do give out one free reading, one free question, and to clarify. And if you want more in depth, feel free to send a donation. I would really appreciate that. Thanks. So let me know. Oh, you know what? Let me add some queer heading. Where's the plus sign? What up? Hello, maybe. It's a fun name. Sure, yeah, you're my first read. Let me just organize my cards here. I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back. Cool. All right, what's your question? Where are you coming from too? Like, what are your pronouns also? I don't want to assume that you're a girl. But let me know. My pronouns are he, him. I'm queer. I try to keep a queer space for anyone out there. When will I see progress in my life? And your girl from Jersey? Oh, really? I'm from New Jersey. I was born right outside the city. I'm a Union County kid. So cool. Yeah. So all right, let's see. Middlesex. Hey, what's up? Yeah. I live in California now, but I might be going over to Jersey for Thanksgiving, so we'll see. Very cool. Nice to always run into you. So, will there be any progress in your life? Well, consider before I even pull a card. We are always moving towards what is meant for us, even when we don't think we are. What's up, Jasminder? I know I saw you yesterday. I called you out. I don't know if you stayed on the line, but this is my actual side note. I was on a different account yesterday. This is my actual tarot account, so please feel free to sub on this one. I didn't realize it till way later. And yeah, so if I'm gonna be going live, it's gonna be off of this account, not my other account. That's like an old account. That's more of my personal account. So I'm a little embarrassed. But Jocelyn, there 1 second, because as you can see, May just asked, so I'm going to do hers first. Jocelyn, let me know what your pronouns are and where you're coming from. So definitely, when you're checking in on and just a recommendation, if you ever jump into someone's live, definitely ask if before you just assume you can just throw a question in there. Just a courtesy. I think it'd just be some common courtesy. Okay, thank you. Oh, you're from New York. Cool. We were just talking. I'm from New Jersey too, actually. So cool. Thanks for joining. So let's see. We're right. What up, Gloria? Hey. Thanks. Welcome back. This is my actual tarot account. If someone can forward that message through the chat, that'd be great. So this is my actual tarot account. Feel free to sub on that. All right. So, will you see any progress in your life? We're always moving towards what is meant for us, maybe. So you will, if you're putting in the work, and if you have some goals in mind, and you're putting energy towards those goals, it is inevitable. it is only inevitable to reap the rewards of the work you put in. So consider what you're up to. Consider what you've been investing your time and energy into. So will you have progress? So here, immediately, we have the Eight of Swords. This is like being tied up in your head. You've actually like blindfolded yourself. You can actually come out of that. You can move forward, but this is an illusion. You know, you're not actually stuck. You're not actually like in a bind, so to speak. There is enlightenment here that is waiting for you to be found. Judgment has to do with just pick something, make a decision on what it is that you want, and call on it. You know, what is it? Ask. Feel free to ask your guides if you're like that type of person to like pray, or if the type of person to meditate or connect with something. Whatever you're connecting with, ask. Ask for what it is that you want out of what progress looks like to you. What does progress look like to you? Because that looks different to so many people. Consider what it is progress looks like, and you do pray. Great. So definitely ask, and ask from a place of gratitude, not so much from a place of lack. Ask for a place of gratitude, and also a will and a hunger and a deep desire from that space, rather than, oh, I don't have this, can I have it? It's more just kind of like, this is the vision I have. You don't have pronouns, Josswinder, so we all have pronouns. That's like, you can't not have pronouns. We all do. So you can Google what pronouns mean. So yeah, my pronouns are he, him, and maybes are she, her, I'm assuming, because she's a girl. So there are many options out there. You are not an object. Okay, thank you. You are she. Yeah, you have the potential to be this Queen of Pentacles, and if anything, you already are the Queen of Pentacles. Like, this is a nurturing energy. This is someone who is successful and knows her place, and knows has everything that she wants. She's a self-fulfilled person. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. I mean, just this feminine energy, very, very like just in her, just feeling herself. So welcome that energy from yourself. You don't have to be here. This isn't you. This is actually you. You're actually this. Like, get out of your own head. Swords are thoughts and energy. Or thoughts are mental energy. So get out of your head. Get into your body. Pick something that you're passionate about and go towards that. Ask for what it is that you need. And if you don't know what you need, ask for help on finding what it is that you need. Just ask. Yeah, definitely get in touch. There's definitely this feeling of like, commit to something, because judgment also has to do with commitment. So commit to something. Commit to yourself. Don't commit to this. No, get out of that. Get out of that. I've been working out more so I could get out of that. Like, I was kind of like, oh, I had surgery recently, so I can't really go back to work, but I'm home all the time and I feel like I'm not doing enough. So it's the best way for me to get out of my head is get into my body, and I'm working out and I'm exercising, and it's very helpful. It's very healthy, and it's good for mental health and all that stuff. You feel like something's always delayed. Okay, well then take a pause. Be okay, because there's this thing, it's like feeling like you're not doing enough and it's not coming when you want it. Don't go after it. Have it come to you. So get into this energy first. And I always think about it this way. What is meant for me will not miss me. It won't miss me. What's meant for me won't miss me. So if it's not coming to me now, it's just not time. And the sooner I can accept that it's not time, the more I can like put myself together, get out of your head. How can you get out of your head first? Get out of your head first and stop affirming that it's just delayed. It's not really delayed. It's just like, it's just not time. And so that's okay if it's not time. Find peace with where you are now. Be more present. Just be here right now, and it'll come. and put some trust. And I know it can be difficult when we want to go, 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 go. And also remind me, what is your zodiac? What's your sign? That just kind of helps me. Just be present. Being here, being more present, you'd be so surprised things start coming to you without effort because you're just here and you're just excited. I can see why. So Capricorns, Capricorns are constantly like, what am I gonna do next? Or they're so critical of themselves and they're not doing enough and all this stuff. But there is a lesson in where the flow of what is right now. There is a lesson for you right here, and you are kind of fighting with that energy, but it is really, you're fighting that energy and you've wound yourself up. But don't be so hard on judging yourself for that. If it's not time, it's not time. And you are the Queen of Pentacles. This is also Pentacle card. This is an Earth energy. Like you are a Capricorn. Like you are that Earth energy. But invest in the future of the attitude you bring and whatever is you want to move into next. Like get excited about the possibilities and just be grateful. Have more gratitude for right now. Not that you're not, but if you notice you haven't been saying thank you more, when you get into your prayer, just say thank you and be at peace with what it is that you have, and you'll see that you'll start to gain more momentum with more things. It's like, I really like this, but I really like this, and not but don't do the contrast thing. Add on to it. I am thankful for my home, and I would like to have more things in my home, or I would like to invite more people to my home, and I would like to have this be a place of only positive and happy things and only good people. My home is protected and I want more of that joy. And just like invite that, like bring the invitation for the energies you want to experience and be grateful for what it is you have right now. And from there is when life will start moving, because then you will be ready. You will be ready. And then you would have learned this whole thing and you lift yourself back up again. And you barely have to lift a finger, because next thing you know, universe is like, all right, they're feeling it and they're throwing you cards of options, So yeah, you're going to be okay. Just be at peace with where you're at right now. Yeah, don't try to push. If the door is not opening, it's because you still need to be in there. Get into that sacred space. That reminds me of a song. Oh my God. I was listening to the new Lil Nas X album. Honey. Anyways. I just opened my Spotify and it was still open. Okay. Sorry, that was scary noise. This song. Look it up. Can you read that? Is that backwards? It says it's called Sacred Space by India Ari. It's a really beautiful song. I think you would really like it too, especially if you like music and when you pray or something. It's a really nice pairing, I think. I'd be crying to this song too. I'm like, it is my sacred space. Like, you need that. Oh my God, it's a fantastic album. This artist is incredible. I honestly, when I need that, I just let it run through me. I love music. That's my Aquarius. I just fucking love music. Okay. Worthy. But Sacred Space is the song. It's really beautiful. All right. So thank you, May. I'm going to go up to Joss Winder. Joss Winder, are you still here? Am I saying your name correctly, babe? Like, I would hope so. Yes. Yeah, I love this artist. Someone showed her to me recently. Sacred Space. Hey, all right. Remind me what your question is. I can probably look it up real quick. Yeah. What is Jay thinking in regards to his next move on me? We are both Cap Sun and both friends. He isn't communicating right now. Okay. A lot of Caps in the house. I have a Cap in my life that I also care about. Yeah, I see your question. Yeah. How does Jay feel about Jaws? Well, he wants to move forward. This is definitely a card about making a decision, knowing that not everything is perfect, but wanting to move forward anyways. Um, yeah, they have this little like magical wand in their hand. They probably just want to like take you for a ride. I mean, like they want to sweep you and kind of just want to like let's just move forward. There's definitely this vibe about like let's keep going. But we also have that's interesting though because you have the Two of Swords here. Maybe he's a little conflicted. Maybe he wants to do this, but it feels like maybe he shouldn't. He just wants to be sure. But he like there's this excitement here. There's this like it's like wait, he doesn't want to go in too fast. Maybe being a little. But this again, this is just mental energy. Um, it's just mental energy. I want to pull one more. What is he? Why? Pero why? Pero like. Pero como? Too much. I just want one. Just give me one. It ain't gotta be crazy. If I can just keep it simple and just give me one card, then thank you. See, I was picturing this card. The Eight of Wands. This is another forward movement card. This person on the bike, it made me think of this person on this bike. So I'm like, this reminds me of right after this person like stops. But it's like right before that, they were just like on their way. So he said your IQ is high. Well, probably, yeah. I mean, that's a compliment. He thinks you're a smart person. So Eight of Wands, forward movement. For some reason, he's a little scared, but it's all in his head. And I think, if you are also a Capricorn, what do you need that reassures you to help you make the move you make? Yeah, give him some space, but definitely give him space. I feel like Capricorns like to take their time and are very patient for the most part, and people who deal with Capricorns need to be really patient with them because they require a lot of time. They really like things to marinate, as I like to say. Um, they like shit to marinate after a while. To be sure, they want to be sure about their investments, and you do too. Um, yeah, just give him some space to reach out. And in the meantime, soothe that nerve, like just give him a chance. I definitely like to keep things light and keep things chill. So sometimes I'll act like nothing's wrong. Like, I'm gonna just check in with you, like, hey, just thinking about you, and then I go back about my day because I'm not trying to have them throw off my vibe, because I'm like, oh, just because you're being quiet doesn't mean I'm not gonna like pop in and say, hey, that's who I am. Who I am is just someone who pops in time to time, even though you probably want space for me, but I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm just trying to be chill. I'm trying to be cool and be like, hey, just saying hi. It doesn't have to be that serious. Um, yeah, unless something happened and you need some space, take some space if you need that. But if it's nothing crazy and the last time you hung out was a good time, um, ain't no harm. Ain't no harm in just saying hi. Yeah. And even if he doesn't respond, you're doing you. And it don't matter how he reacts to how you showed up. Like he said busy, sorry. Okay. He don't even have to apologize. He doesn't even have to apologize. You're just being like, nah, it's cool. I'm just saying hey, because that's me. You say hi whenever. But in the meantime, stay busy. Get into your work. You saw him once and okay, a while back. Yeah, so can't rush it. You just can't rush it. The You can't rush it. I know it's probably especially Capricorns when they do like someone, they get very excited and they get very like, how do I move this further? But again, you're also up with another Cap, so there he needs time. And yeah, just don't put too much weight on it. Don't put too much weight on it, because that if that can repel, that'll be more harm than good. So just keep it light. Keep it light. What's your moon? He's younger. Yeah. Oh my god, this song. That's okay. My person's or someone I care about is 4 years younger than me, but I also think she's really smart. She's like smarter than most people my age. I'm 28, so I don't meet a lot of people as smart as she is. Taurus. Okay, your moon is Taurus. Yeah, my roommate's Taurus. Oh god, that's a stubborn sign too. My roommate's a Taurus. My mom's a Taurus too. Stubborn. She ain't in my life no more, and that's fine. But like, Taurus folks are very stubborn, and Capricorns also, they like to control the situation. So, or yeah. So your moon, okay, yeah. So get into your work, get into your work, get lost in your work, investing yourself in the time for the time being. Um, and honestly, get into money. Caps love talking money. Get money smart. You're rising in Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius, so okay, it can be pretty like you have some fire there. And the Sagittarius might be the impatience popping in because I'm fucking impatient. I'm just like, let's fucking go. Like, I'm just like so ready. I'm very present. Um, but I love a good time. I love a good time. Um, I literally drop important shit to just go have fun. Like, I'm reckless. I'm fucking, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm crazy. But like, yeah, like just cool that if you need to satiate some excitement for yourself, go on a hike or go hang out with some friends or go have a drink or whatever it is your thing is. I don't know how old you are. Don't drink if you're not old enough. But whatever it is that your thing is that you get excited about, that just gives you fun. If you play an instrument, go see a movie. I know things are tough with COVID right now, but find something you feel comfortable doing, and be around some friends that can really help you be present. And before you know it, the time passes. The time just passes. Um, he's in a place. He wants to move forward. This is how he feels about you. He's a little. He's just holding back. And hold on. I'm gonna pull one more card, and then I think I'm gonna move on. But energy between Jay and Jaws. Energy between Jay and Jaws. If something happened, he might be feeling regretful over something. Um, it may take some time for him to feel bad or to feel better about it, if at all. But yeah, if anything, it is holding him back. Is there is a sense of regret on something. Um, mhm. I can't put my finger on it. Do you know if anything happened? He feels regret. He wants to move forward, but he feels regretful over something. Did he leave you? Did he? And he's busy, so he's distracting himself. Capricorns distract themselves from work. You being a Cap too, you can honestly, you have more leverage in the situation than you realize. Like y'all function similarly, and notice where you work similarly. So if he's busy, how are you when you're busy? If you're forcing yourself to be busy, you're usually avoiding something else. So there's some avoidance there. Maybe something he's afraid of facing. Um, yeah, but you're enough for the situation. Yeah, I hope that helped. All right, thank you. Okay, is Gloria? Gloria, are you here? Let me know. 1 second. What's up, Gloria? Okay. Sorry, I thought I had something with me on hand. 1 second. Okay, sorry. Can't find it. I'll grab it in a second. Hey, Shimei, thank you for subscribing. If anyone wants to skip the line, there is a way to donate located in the description box, so feel free to let me know if you donate. All right. Well, if I were to manifest someone reaching out to me, would it work? Thank you. Well, it's not really a tarot question, Gloria. That's more like that's up to you, babe. That's up to you. The thing is, we don't want to love out of lack. We don't want to be loved out of lack either. I don't want someone to love me because they feel like they're missing something. I want someone to show up whole. I want someone to be like, look, I don't need you, but I want you. And that almost feels better. So, like, I'd rather someone, like, I don't want someone to tell me that they need me because it's like, we are individual whole people beforehand. Are we talking about a specific person, Gloria? Yeah, Shemaine, there's no one else in the chat right now. So, but, like, after Gloria, I can do yours. Okay, would this person want to talk to me? Okay. Can I have your sign, their sign, an initial, something? Just to pull the right energies. Jeez, drop this. Where is this? I put it somewhere. You're a Leo and they're Capricorn. Okay. Does this person want to talk to you? Does Gloria's Cap want to talk to her? They're a little not sure. They're kind of not sure right now. They're just in their head still. It's been a while. This song, I understand. Just in time, it's too late to hang on. So it's a really good song. It's a really sweet song. I maybe recommend checking that one out. You to know too much without me. Oh. We'll lower that. And don't forget about me. Try to no more. Try to love no more. There's love there. He's just not sure right now. Thanks. If it's too late, I understand. It's too late to make honey before you let it go. Might be just going through a time right now. And there's some vibrations there, so a lot of it's all in his head right now. He's just kind of going through it, but there are feelings there. I feel like maybe now is not the right time. He probably wouldn't even know what to say. He probably wouldn't even know how to show up. He's changing right now. He's in the Target on his soul is a time of transformation. It's just a time of transformation for him. And he's probably getting into this person's meditating. Maybe he's meditating. Maybe he's just connecting more with himself. But there are feelings. He's just a little. Do I stay? Do I go? Do I go for it? Do I not? He's like, I'm just. He is feeling too much right now. But open yourself up to new people, Gloria. Don't pine over someone from the past. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So hey Shimei, I can do yours now. You're welcome, Gloria. All the best to you. I gotta find this thing, man. What happened? I'm just dating a guy right now, and his father is a tarot reader and gives him readings. If he gets a reading about me, what will his father say? Girl. He's probably like, she's looking shit up for you too. Listen, don't test the energies. I'm joking. But do we really want to know what he's getting in his own readings? Why not just talk to him? Any good relationship has communication. Any good relationship has open communication. Snooping on somebody. Okay. I'm gonna phrase the question this way. Be careful with that nosy energy too, man. You might find out something you don't want to know, and then you get triggered, and then it's a whole other thing. Sometimes it's best not knowing. But really, you want to know what he's telling him. Honestly, he's like, if it's his own father, he's telling him the truth. That's his son, And on top of that, if I were him, do I really want my dad to give me a read? Do I really want my own father to read my ass right now? And on top of that, people I'm dating, do you know if he actually goes to his dad for readings? Because father-son dynamics can be so different amongst different people. But I mean, if his dad is a reader, that's a different type of dude, right? Like most of the time we'll see women or more feminine types to be readers. Until it gets a reading every week. Yes. So he on the train. Is he actually asking about that though? All right. Let me not care too much. It's not my job. But okay. You should ask him, are you asking about me? You can even say it in a playful way. Are you asking about me? So, okay. What is he Well, I'm not sure how to ask this question because it feels weird to ask about another reading that is it's like reading Inception. It's like Inception. A reading in a reading. Like, there's mad levels to this shit. Okay, thanks for subbing, Moo. Hey, as you can see, I'm in the middle of a reading, so if you did want to send a donation, I can get you very quickly. I see Just Materials. I see you popped in too. Thanks for coming. If any of you want to give a donation, I can get to you next. Cool. So we have the star card. There's definitely some wishing. This is like, wish upon a star. Trying to balance this out. I also see the star as like a dream that's far away, or it feels far away, or a dream that you're just kind of like looking up and there's a desire there that's being asked of you. And yeah, I just get this star card. It almost kind of feels like maybe it's like a wish card. I'm just gonna look up how he just feels. Wants to move forward and communicate his thoughts. Definitely ask him about it. He feels like maybe you communicate well. I mean, I'm not sure what we're doing. Like, maybe wants to communicate about moving forward or making things work out, because we also have her foot in water and her other leg in like on land. So it's like wanting to make sure this is well balanced, making sure this wish is realistic, and wants to communicate these ideas, wants to move forward, has these things. The star just kind of feels also like it could be a big step for him. Maybe he's got a rough history with relationships. Maybe you're both young and you don't have that experience yet. But if so, it even makes even more sense, because it's like, I know when I was a kid, I'm still a kid, but like I know when I was first like wishing on stars to like have someone, it was always this idea of, oh, this could be a really good thing. Like, when I meet people that I'm drawn to, I'm like, oh, this could be really good. And then I'll ruminate on it and wish on a star and really, really not pine, but imagine that for myself. So he's probably just imagining these wishes for him and what that could look like. And you probably excite him a lot, because wands are passionate energy. And he's like, I just want to keep going. And he wants to communicate that. So if anything, that's what whatever he's finding out is picking up this energy for him pertaining to you. Right? Do I have any queers in the house? In his house? Let me stop. I'm not gonna do that. Do you have anyone in here who's on the spectrum? I am trans. I am bisexual. Yeah. You're welcome, Shimei. Let's see who's next. Hey Moo, I think you were next in the queue. And then I think Just Materials, you were right after Moo. And I hadn't gotten any donations, so we're gonna just go in order and respect the chat. So hi Haley. Give me a second. So I am in the middle of a reading right now. If you would like to skip the line, there's not really a list, but it's pretty small right now where I can manage it. But if you did want to skip the next one, or if you did want to like hop the line, feel free to send a donation. All that information's in the description box. All right, Moo. Also, please wait to post your questions until I actually talk to you. Otherwise, you're talking to air, and it's probably gonna miss it. Okay, Haley, that's no problem. All right, let's see. Moo, I don't know. Did you post a question? Let me know. Also, where are you from? What's your zodiac? What are your pronouns? This is a safe queer space. We don't talk crap about anyone in the queer community. Like, I am such a huge advocate for my community. So like, if you're one of those types, GTFO, I ain't gonna sweat it. Yeah, drop your zodiacs. Where are y'all from? I'm in Los Angeles. Hey, Bree. So I might have to wait. There might be like 2 people ahead of you. Okay. So if you want to skip the line, feel free to send a donation. All that information is in the description box. Thanks. Um, cool. Sag. Oh, it's cool. Justin's here. Hey, Sag gang. Okay. Yeah. Long Beach. Yeah, for sure. Haven't been to Long Beach in a while, but I have. There's a really before COVID. There was I think it's called Gas Lamp. It was like this bar I went to, and they had an amazing like '80s band there. It was so fun. Anyways, got really trashed with my friends, and yeah, it was honestly a night I wish I remembered more of. But honestly, I bought everyone Denny's. I like ordered everyone food. I was like, we have to eat. But anyways, that's just me when I'm having a night. Hey Sparkle, I have like 3 people, so if anyone wants to give a donation, you can skip the line. I promise you. Okay, Moo, you're in France. That's awesome. I've never been to France. Oh, that's such a goal of mine, though. Actually, I had one of my friends. He's a channeler, and he kind of like he channels like it kind of like Abraham Hicks in a way, how they just channel like like this entity. Anyways, he like channeled something, and they told me to go to France because apparently I will find something when I go, so it is on my bucket list. So who knows? Okay. And you're an Aquarius too. Yeah, my Venus is Aquarius. All right. I just read about Aquarius this morning too. I was just like curious. Moo, remind me what your question is, love. I see. I wonder what are Valentine's current feelings towards me. What are, excuse me. Wow, that was weird. Okay. He's got a very romantic name too. I mean, it's France. What do you get? I mean, come on. Everyone's name is probably like so attractive. So I want. What are Valentine's feelings towards Moon? Definitely sees you as a good thing. There's this enlightenment. Thinks really highly of you. It's very positive, almost like seeing the light, seeing like being drawn towards the light, being drawn. He's drawn. He's attracted. There's an attraction, for sure. I wouldn't fully blown say commitment because it feels new. It kind of feels new, but because judgment also can kind of hint at commitment. But I also feel like it is something you're drawn towards, or he is drawn towards. How does he feel? He feels like you're a good thing, almost a good omen of something. But what does he feel towards me? Please. Thank you. Please. See, the Emperor is an interesting feeling because the Emperors don't really feel. They're kind of like stoic, but he's being composed. The thing is that almost like you kind of make him calm. You make him feel calm. You make him feel like an emperor. You make him feel like strong and in charge and in control of the situation. Like there is no fear existing in any of these cards. So donations are whatever you can give. Like $5. I had it as $10 yesterday, but people were bugging, and it's fucking COVID. So, also I have a loose jaw, so if profanity messes with you, I'm not gonna change. So maybe don't worry about it. What are his feelings towards me? The lovers, girl. It's a good feeling there. He definitely has some feelings. This is like I said, he sees some potential in this. He feels pretty confident. This comes off as confident to me. Yeah, he feels like there could be something there. There's potential there, is what I'm sensing. Cool. Thanks, Mo. All right, just materials. Do I think do you think we're gonna rephrase this question? Does Elijah who thinks? Do you want me? You want me to know if I think he's good for you? Consider this first. When you meet anyone, there is a lesson there. There is a lesson, and it can be a hard lesson or it can be a really easy one. And the best way to go about it is not to react, but to respond. And so, no matter what, everything is working at your higher good, and that is something you have to remember all the time. It can't just be black and white. That's the reality of the world we live in. It's not always black and white. Yeah, like, and you just want to be sure that this is worth your time, and that's valid to ask. So I hear that. Oh, thanks, Gloria. What did you donate on? Let me know which one. Oh, Cashapp. Yeah, my Cashapp doesn't send me notifications, and I need to change that. Oh, thanks, babe. I see. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. See ya. Cool. Yeah, I'll get to you. I'll get to you right after just materials. Yeah. So, is he good for you? Let's ask. What are his intentions, right? Because that matters. That also matters, and if it is good for you, what are Elijah's intentions towards just? I'm gonna pick my other deck. What are his intentions? Intentions do matter, exactly. What are their intentions? What do they want? What is their desire from this? I think this is new for him. I think it kind of makes him a little nervous. What makes you even wonder if he's good for you? Because love doesn't hide and it doesn't disguise. Love shows up. Do you feel it's new? Okay. Yeah. He might have a history of his own to be skivvy, because like I definitely have some wounds from people I've had feelings for in the past, and they go, so every time meeting a new person, I'm like, can I trust you? Can I, like, I get that holding back. So you've done a lot since. Well, there's definitely potential for this to grow. He's looking at what this could be watered. It definitely makes him a little nervous, and I think that's kind of natural, especially if you have some tough experiences from the past. So I think it's just a matter of waiting and seeing if you're having fun. And, if you're having fun, that is already good for you, because that is what we should all be doing. We should all be taking more time to have fun and cherishing the present moment. We can always think about the future and where it's going, but really what we really have is the present right now. So let things ride out and things can grow from there, but always invest in the memory. Don't invest, like, I invest more into the memory rather than so much on the future, because when you work on the present in a really positive way, the future usually works out. And the memory is a nice thing, and it's just work on building memories. And how you do that is get more present. If you're having fun now, that's a great spot. And it's still, wow, new beginning. This is new. It's a new beginning. It's the start of something new. Sorry, I'm kind of a dork for High School Musical. It could be a start of something new, yeah, and a little scared on both ends. I think I'm coming across that. Everyone's a little nervous, but just let things happen. Let things happen naturally. Let yourself be surprised. Let yourself be taken off guard. Like, yeah, just let them surprise you. And then put yourself out there too. Be playful, keep it light. All of those things make for a really interesting dynamic. And that's really how people get to know you and that really fun part of you. Because then they trust that they can have fun with you and experience joy and positive energy from you. They're going to be willing to deal with the hard parts because they know how good you are. Show them your goodness, and then the harder stuff will kind of come easier. And communication, and this is me, I'm always plugging this in, but communicate with the people you're dating. Talk to them, and be honest, and be brutally, be brutally honest, not in a harsh way, but just be like, coming from a place of whole love. I am who I am, and I respect you for who you are. I have my own experiences. You have your own experiences. They might look different, but we can probably help each other, and we can help each other through this new beginning and watering the plants between us, if that makes sense. Yeah. So all the best. Just like, I really hope. Yeah. I think anyone we meet is going to be helpful to us in some way. And I think if we happen to find someone who's willing to spend their time with us and have fun, I think it's always a good thing. So, yeah. All right. Okay. Gloria, thanks for your donation, babe. What's your question? I am up in the Valley area, not North Hollywood. No. I used to live in Los Feliz. So I just moved from Los Feliz last year, a little more north. Little hint. So, Haley, let's find out. Yeah, so we have Gloria, we had Haley, and then Gloria was always going to be before you anyways. And then Brie. Okay, yeah, so you'll be next after this, babe. Yeah, Los Feliz is great. I still go to Los Feliz all the time just because I love that area. I still hang out. There's a crystal shop around there that I pick up my decks from, and I actually know the owner of it really well. So they always, before COVID, they would invite me to all the parties. So it's really fun getting to hang out with like more folks that are into this. So yeah, Bree, you're pretty sure you're after Haley. Just looking. Yeah. And then after Bree is Sparkle, if you're still here. But again, you're welcome to donate. You can always skip the line and get to you sooner. But yeah, would really appreciate it. If anyone in here is queer, let me know. This is a queer space. This is a queer home. My roommate is also trans. And yeah, so I'm always looking for more queer spaces. So I'm happy to create one online. Okay, so I love the side of town I'm in right now. Am I new to YouTube? I on my channel, if you like look back, there's like some older readings that I did a couple months ago. But yeah, I just kind of picked it up yesterday again, and I'm just kind of yeah. But I've been reading for a couple years, mostly for friends, mostly for parties, or like if I'm invited to something, I'll offer to like do readings. If I don't know that many people at the party, I'm like, hey, can I hang out in the corner? And I'll just give out readings, and people can pay me like $5 for a reading. And yeah, usually that's kind of what I did. So, oh really? There are many tarot readers out here in LA. Like it's a huge community. Yeah, and I met some really great people so far. Not from YouTube, but just from going to shops and picking up tarot decks and just talking to people that work there. Yeah. Okay. So, Gloria, you want to see my roommate? Looks like he is at work right now. But if he ever pops in, I'll have him have a wave. But yeah, yeah. He's taller than me. Put it that. Most people are taller than me. I'm 5'1". So Okay, Gloria. Let's see. Let's see. What's coming for you in love? Sorry, I was feeling the song right now, and I feel like I can hear that. I actually have. I bought a new deck recently. That's more of a romance tarot deck, so I think I'm gonna grab that. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, he's half Cuban. Yeah, he's half Cuban. The other half is he's Asian, Taiwanese. Yeah, so he's got a fun mix. Who just texted me? Oh, nothing. Um, so this is the Lover's Path Tarot. Really beautiful deck. And if you get the slightly pricier one, it comes with like spreads you can do. I'm still learning all that, so I haven't really busted those out. Yeah. My roommate looks way more Asian than Cuban. Um, but he's a good looking guy. Every time I like introduce him to someone, they're like, "Your roommate's handsome," and I'm like, "I know, I know, but don't tell him that because it'll get to his head. He knows he's attractive." All right. What's coming to you in love? We have the Desire card. I believe this is Chariot, the Chariot in traditional tarot. So it could be going. I mean, definitely. The more you open up to yourself, and like what song is playing right now? Strength, Courage, and Wisdom is playing. And this is by India Ari, of course. Like we were just talking about this artist earlier. Honestly, this song is literally just about a self glow up. So get into the vibe of this song. Like there's desire there, there's definitely that craving is what I'm getting. So like put yourself out there. Grace. And definitely, oh my God, this is such a good point. Grace. I was raised very religiously, so I think that form of grace is a beautiful thing in a way because you are imperfect. We are imperfect, and yet you are still loved, and you are still deserving of love. And that contrast and the love that supersedes all that is the grace. It is like the universe unrelenting appreciation for you, unrelenting love for you, and gratitude for you. So give that gratitude back. Have that appreciation. Like, yes, I am strong and courageous and all this stuff. It's really about getting yourself into that high vibe place because you want someone who is high vibe and sees what you know already. Because you don't want someone to tell you something like you're beautiful and be like, oh, I never heard that before, and then you'd latch. You want to be like, yes, I know I'm beautiful. You said it correctly. Like you already know. You want them to know what you already know and see what you already see. That's how you know shit's equal. That's how you know shit's equal. Like you just want them to kind of like affirm to you what you already know. Know it first. And that is so attractive to people. People love confidence. People love someone who walks into their room and just changes the vibe. Like there's a meditation called a beautiful meditation. It's if you have Spotify, a beautiful meditation. It is like a 10-minute meditation. And you want to walk into the room and change, like the vibe changes when you show up and people turn their necks because they're like, hold on. You want to catch someone off guard, let it happen naturally. You have to it'll come. It's just knowing it's okay to want it. That desire is okay. The craving is perfectly normal. It's good to have that craving because then you know what you want. Figure out what you want in a partner. Figure out what you want in a partner and be that. Be what it is you want out of a partner. Um, yeah. What do you want? Write it down if you have to. If you're the type to write shit down, go ahead and try that out. Get it out of your head and onto get it out of your head. And that's okay. But I know it's with people you don't know, but also look at it this way. Be like, believe in people's potential. In the same way people see you and you light up a room, try to see the light in other people too. Give at the same breath, give them a chance. Just put yourself out there. Be a little vulnerable sometimes, but it's okay to it's okay. I know like being shy is totally okay and natural. If you want to meet someone, you have to put yourself out there. You have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. Try some new things. I mean, even just be like, hey, hit up one of your girlfriends and just be like, look, I'm looking for this kind of person, or I'm looking for this kind of vibe. And not to be like, if you know anyone, just more just being like if you come across anyone who you think and someone you trust too, like you got to ask someone that knows you well enough, like one of the close ones, the inner sanctum friends that only know a few things, because they're gonna know and they're gonna want that for you too. So they'll help you out. Ask your friends for some help. Yeah, put yourself out there, spread the word. I know I've been telling my friends like I want to meet girls. Like I'm bisexual and I date mostly men, and women scare me, but I really like women. And so I'm just telling my friends like, look, I really want women, like, or really want to date women, more women. And I just like don't know how to go about it. So they're like, I had a friend literally tell me last weekend, like, oh my god, I know so many girls that would love to meet like a really nice trans guy. I'm like, look, let me know and I'm there. So it's just like put yourself out there and know that you're like your work, you gotta transformation card. Pluto. Take some time. And Persephone is on the top of that. Persephone, isn't she like the goddess of attraction and sensuality? Like get in touch with that sensuality. Get in touch with that like yeah. Yeah. So yeah, hope that helps. Take time to transform into this like even more of a queen that you already are, and give yourself some grace. You are imperfect, but embrace those things. Does any of y'all have Twitter? Because you know who I love following on Twitter. Her name is Kemi, and she's dope. Kemi's fucking cool. Follow Kemi if you have Twitter. She is super dope. She's constantly talking about how to bring our spirits up and attract what it is that we want, and also talking about real life issues. Mental health stuff. I mean, she's great. Or I'm so sorry, they're actually non-binary. My bad, Kemi. So I'm so sorry. But yeah, they're non-binary, so they are fantastic with information on just how to look at shit, and it's helped me so far even understand people I'm currently in friendships with. So, all right, thanks so much, Gloria. Appreciate it. All right, Haley, let's go. I want to know when will Kay contact me. Okay. First off, when it comes to timing, oftentimes it takes soothing that nerve first. It takes soothing that the yearning. They think in a lot. And before I pull cards, this is just intuitively. Yearning can backfire, and so we can want it and so bad, but we again, and as I said earlier, we don't want to love out of our lack. So you're focusing on the lack of contact, which is only generating more lack of contact and more of that vibration, and it's getting louder. And now we're here talking about it. So will they contact you? Huh. Two of Wands. I mean, there's passion there. This is definitely the beginnings of something. Um, but they're also like looking out towards the sea. They're exploring more it is of what they want. So it's not about you right now, and and you have to be okay with that. Um, you want them to be inspired to reach out to you. And can I ask, why do they have to reach out? Is there a reason why you can't? Because I'm always like, nah, I just hung up. And you blocked him and you hung up. Now I need to know. Because if you blocked him and if you had that reaction, I would honestly say you should probably be the one to show up. Okay. Well, honestly, I feel like if you had that reaction, because my biggest thing, if there is a disagreement between two people, we have to take a deep breath, especially if we care about them, right? We have to take a deep breath, and we have to. If you needed space, fair enough. If it was that triggering to you, fair enough. But we have to be willing to talk, and we have to be willing to listen. Okay. Well, if he just told me that you were just complaining, he doesn't have he didn't appear to have the space for you. And maybe what you were saying was feeling like it was hard for him. He doesn't have the right words to say. It takes an incredible amount of listening. I want to understand, no matter how hard it is to hear and listen to. We have to consider that their reality of what their experience is real to them, and we have to validate that. And when you do that, you actually allow access to more, a chance to be closer, to better understand one another. Why do you feel like I was nagging? Or even take some time to self reflect on, what was I saying? And can I admit that maybe I was leaning too much on my complaining? It's okay to face that part of ourselves. And honestly, sometimes if we like repeat the same thing over and over to someone and we're not changing anything about it, people are going to get tired of that naturally. It's just like, okay, you're complaining, but are you going to do anything about what you're complaining about? And thanks. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I mean, it's making me think about a recent thing I had come up unexpectedly, like back in July. And I took some space. My reaction was to shut down, and I'm not so much of an angry type, but I like pull back and I go and I get by myself and I take space. And I don't even say anything to them. I'm like, I just need to calm down before I just have a loose jaw and say whatever the fuck, because that's my Sagittarius, but my Scorpio and my Aquarius know better. So I fucked up a lot in the past. I used to be very reactive, very like blah blah blah, fuck off, whatever, just because someone would say something that I didn't really like, and have these massive reactions and like just bad. I've come eons from where I've been in the past. But it just makes me think. And so I took, you're an Aquarius, and he's a Scorpio. Wow, already. So like, as a Scorpio too, if I should have asked that earlier. Yeah, as a Scorpio, he's like looking underneath the surface because Scorpios are an ocean of emotion. Like Scorpios can honestly, there's a song by Willow, Transparent Soul, yeah, that she just kind of dropped recently. That song is the Scorpio anthem. If I ever heard it, and I was listening to that during my workout earlier. Um, but yeah, and Aquarius, I just read about Aquarius this morning, and you are, don't bottle it. Aquarius has a tendency to bottle. And then it explodes, right? And this is why you're probably getting out of your system and venting to him. But him as a Scorpio is just kind of like, okay, I'm listening and I'm examining. Scorpios have an immense capacity to listen. But yeah, he's probably just trying to help find a solution. Just honestly kind of felt your helplessness in whatever it is that you were complaining about. Scorpios are so psychic. On top of that, they just feel, and so it's kind of like he's feeling your frustration, and it was getting louder in his vibration because he's probably just empathic in that way. Scorpios are naturally empathic, so it was just stirring up a lot of feelings for him, and it kind of just popped out for him. And Scorpios can be blunt. I don't know what else is in his chart. Maybe he's got some Sagittarius, maybe he's got some Capricorn, but like vocalizing it, because Scorpios will most of the time keep it to themselves. So if he vocalized it, obviously he feels comfortable with you, but it could be something else in his chart that had him communicate that. And I don't want to say maybe it was Sagittarius because we're blunt. And sometimes our bluntness can come off really sharp to people. Yeah, but there's two wands here. He's too blunt. I want to say it's Sagittarius. Honestly, tell me if I'm wrong later down the road, but I bet he's got some Sag in his chart. Yeah, but the two of wands tells me that there is something like he maybe needs some more time. 11:21. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's definitely Scorpio. He's on the Sag cusp. I think that's getting close. Or yeah, that's getting close to Sagittarius. Maybe like a week. Queen of Swords, definitely. Wow, this is like so strong. It's air. It's like communicating, and also this gives me like knife hand. He's blunt. He's to the point, communicating his thoughts and what he thinks, and it pairs well. And good thing about that is that there's never a facade. What you're getting is what it is, and so respect his take on that if it's just a little disagreement, but potential to grow here. So take the chance to revisit. I don't think he should, honestly, personally, I don't think he should be the one to be reaching out. I think if you think he did try reaching out on Friday, and maybe that's just your intuition telling you that you got to be the one to take the step. And it's like, you got to put some ego aside. Remember what your intention is. It's like, I want to only have a positive conversation. I only want to have a constructive conversation, and it might be hard. And you can even express them. Sometimes when you say things, it's very blunt, and it catches me off guard. And you can even say like, honestly, it triggered me. And you can honestly just ask to like, just hold some space for me, and I'm open to listening, and I want to understand. I am seeking to understand, and be willing to take a deep breath and listen to whatever it is he has to say, and accept whatever it is he has to say. And if you have to set new boundaries, honor the boundaries, and know that when you're able to get to the point where you're setting boundaries with people, it's not necessarily a bad thing. People are learning how to treat you. You have to show him how the best way to communicate with you, because maybe he shouldn't go off the handle and just say the first thing that comes to mind. He probably has no idea how much that affects you. And communicate that, like, if there is something that I'm doing that is getting to you, or is getting under your skin in a way, or that you don't agree with, just like let me know, but also like break it down for me. I think Aquarius also are the intellectual types. You can't just throw a blunt comment. The intellectual of the Aquarius, the intellect of the Aquarius is going to want to break that down. Then the Aquarius is going to want to like they seek to understand. It's stimulate me intellectually. No, Bree didn't miss your turn. You're after Haley. Yeah, so you're after this. The thing though is that it's no one's fault. He didn't really say anything that was like, obviously he said you're nagging, which is a bit insensitive. Okay. However, you have to consider what he said because if you tell him to apologize for saying that you're nagging, that is discounting his experience. That is rejecting his experience. It's a form of rejection. And then demanding an apology is something should is never bodes well. People apologies should be freely given and not demanded. I think that's a little backwards. And you are an overthinker. That's the Aquarius. You have to understand when people say things to you, the Aquarius is like, what do you mean? Explain that. And he probably has something else in his chart that just made him kind of spitfire. But before you demand an apology, have a conversation. Because by the end of that conversation, you both might end up apologizing. You got the apology you wanted, and you own up to maybe throwing too much energy, expecting him to just be able to hold all of that. Especially overthinkers, and we're just like, what's it, word salad or diarrhea of the mouth, so to speak, for lack of a better term. But yeah, we're just kind of going off. I definitely have when I have too much going on, my house will have Aquarius in my chart. I'm just talking and talking and talking and talking. I'll go on for like an hour and not stop. And someone's like, "Yeah, can we like go outside and get some air?" And someone needs a break because like we can't expect people to just be able to hold everything we're telling them. We also have to give them a chance to respond. We have to give them a chance to provide perspective. Yeah, and don't judge it. Don't judge what happened. Just don't judge him. Okay, so before you reach out to him, calm your nerves first. I definitely told that person that I had a little tiff with, not a really a tiff, but we had a disagreement on something, or there was just a misunderstanding. And I took some time and I let her know. I'm like, I just need some time. And she's like, did I do something? And I'm like, you did, but you didn't. And I need to take some time. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say the wrong thing. So take some time to just be willing to pick yourself back up first from it. We don't want to talk to people in an emotional state because our vision is clouded. So take some time. If you do baths, take a hot bath. Let yourself sulk if you have to do that. Let yourself relax. Forgive yourself. Forgive him. Try to remember the good parts about him, what you like about him, what the person you believe in, and stick to that. And people say shit all the time, like off the handle, and they don't really mean any harm. They're just kind of like, can you not see that you're doing that? I think he's just trying to get you to see something. And his words may not have been the right words, but you need to communicate that that is something that affects you. So it's like you can't like it hurt when you said that. It made me feel this way when you said that, but I want to understand what you're actually trying to say. um if you see something that I don't, let me know. We all see something in each other that we don't actually see ourselves. There's the version of how we see ourselves, there's how other people see us, and then there's who we actually are, and that is seen by source. And it's calm the nerves first, take care of yourself first. Don't come to him in an emotional wreck. Come to him with concern and a willing to understand, and be willing to swallow your pride. And at the end of it, if what oftentimes when even oftentimes I'll be the first one to be like, look, I'm sorry, I'm making such a deal out of this. And oftentimes like, no, 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 I'm sorry. Like, and it's because we're willing to listen to each other. Offer him space to also be heard. He gave you so much space for you to be heard and just express yourself. And he said one thing, and now you want him to apologize. And he was making so much space for you. Honor that and see that in him, what he already did for you, for it to even get to that point, and appreciate him for listening to you. Appreciate that effort that he made, minus the comment he ended up making, and just focus on that, because that is really, there's potential there. But yeah, like, he's very blunt, and he's definitely wanting some investment, or this is the investment. Like, he wants to, like, feel like he's making the right decision and spending time with you. So reassure him of that, like, take it easy. It doesn't have to be so intense. Scorpios are already intense. Scorpios are feeling constantly. So when you're telling us, and I can tell you right now, he's probably thinking a million things. Scorpios are just constantly thinking. You're an Aquarius and you're constantly thinking. We have to relieve the pressure of our thoughts first and allow space for the thoughts to come out of our mouths, and have it come from a place of honesty. Like, pure honesty does not necessarily mean blunt, because sometimes blunt, we throw a little ego in our bluntness, but we have to connect to the heart first. Take a deep breath. This is what I'm trying to say, and get it out of your system. And it hurt when you said this, but where I'm coming from, just focus on where you're coming from and ask, where are you coming from? And that can be a really constructive conversation. And it can actually, on the other side of that, you're actually closer. And when you're able to, like, okay, can we hug? Are we cool? Like, I want to feel better about this, as I care about you, and just express how, what they mean to you. You haven't spoken in 6 months, and you started to reconnect, and you told him what I didn't like. That's when he said the nagging part. Okay. Well, what you didn't like about him? Because, like, well, yeah. Obviously, we haven't healed from, or we haven't moved on from certain things. Yeah. Truthfully, as hard as it, I mean, when's the last time you genuinely apologized to someone? Consider that. Even if they have some fault on their end. Because it's a two-way street, in my opinion. Like, look, we all say things we don't mean. We all, like, we get lost in ourselves. Okay. Well, if you're trying to reconnect and you're bringing up shit from the past, he's trying to change. Was that before or after he told you were nagging that you apologized to him? It's crazy to me that I have not been in a relationship. I'm just as me thinking out loud. So that was before. Okay, you apologized to him on Wednesday to him about what then? What did you apologize about? About your part? Because at that point, there's still some work that needs to be done to really letting go of that. We have to let ourselves start fresh. If we're really trying to reconnect with people, we have to make sure that we're not still holding this shit over people's heads. Okay. All right, then. You apologize about what you did to hurt him in the past, and then you let him know what affected you, and he came out with that reaction. So both of y'all reacted. He reacted to what you were saying and said you're nagging, and then you reacted because that flew right back at you, because Scorpios are good at that. We're good at just saying the thing that's like the thing you're sensitive about. We're very good at that. So like he felt a little attacked. Truthfully, it was hard for him to hear all that. But just being like, instead of it being like, when you did this and when you did that, and we're kind of like poking, we're prodding, and to be like, I felt this, it made me feel this way. It made it come from where you're coming from, not from what he did. It was like that triggered these feelings in me that, were probably already there before he showed up, but just sparked some shit in you. So it's just a matter of making space to have a mature conversation. And if he can't handle that, you have to be willing to move on. Truthfully, start seeing other people and hang out with your friends, the people who remind you of who you are. Oftentimes we like get so lost in other people, we forget who we are. And it sucks. Either way, like it's never a good feeling to be in a weird spot with someone we care about. And especially when you're trying to rebuild from something that fell down. I'm gonna pull one of these. Refocus. New direction. You have to pick a new direction and you have to refocus. So like I said before, take some time, find your focus. Throat chakra. Okay. Fair enough. If you want anything to do with him and he showed up on his own, refocus. Just refocus and give this a chance. I think just give it a chance, a new direction. Let it take you. Let it try to find the new path. Don't try to revisit an old cycle. Believe in a better version of him. Believe in a better version of you. I would assume that he's because you bringing up all that old stuff. He's like, damn, you still probably see me this way, and I'm trying not to do that. And it probably just made him feel shitty. And men are fucking annoying in that way, because it's so hard for men to like own up to shit, because men don't like talking about their feelings. But he's a fucking Scorpio and he's got plenty of it. So yeah, Scorpios can be kind of spiteful too if they don't manage it. They can be really, really spiteful. Yeah, but honestly, you try to create some space to have a safe conversation, and don't even come at it with an attacking energy, like with this vengeance from the stomach. Like, don't come from there. Like, come at it with a sense of wanting to make peace. Just make peace. Just have a flag. You don't even have to date. If it's just a matter of if we can even find a peaceful place, shit. That would be a base for any relationship. Find the peace, refocus, and go in a new direction. You don't have to focus on him either. If you really wanted to leave him alone, you can. But if you did want to have a conversation and you still wanted to work that out, let him know, I need to talk. We need to talk, and I really want to. That's why that's because I wanted him. Yeah. You wanted peace. So make that clear to him. Look, I just want to be peaceful. My bad for hanging up on you or reacting in the way that I did, but what you said really hurt me. People will listen to that. And you're like, I'm trying not to be angry, but I'm if you do want this, like, look, I'm open to having you around, but I need to know that you're not going to come at me. This is where I'm coming from. Yeah, it takes a very vulnerable part of yourself to get to that deep down place, but we have to aspire to live from the deep down. Because like people always say like, oh, I know, but like deep down, I know they're like this, and I know I mean this. And okay, well then say that the first time. Live in the deep down. Don't hide shit, because like we're constantly hiding stuff and facading and trying to read each other's minds. Open your mouth, have a conversation. I'm not here to attack you. I'm here to understand. People are more receptive to that kind of approach. But all the best, Haley. Bree, babe, what's coming to you towards or what's coming towards you in love? Let me ask you this, Bree. What's your sign? I learned to become this way by many a heartbreak. I had a lot of girls break my heart. But also like, oh, you're a Sagittarius, Bree. That's awesome. Sag gang. How I came to be this way. Shit. A lot of peeling away at layer. I'm not onion, but like a lot of peeling away and unlearning things. I was raised super religiously and had a very reactive mother. My family is very much just they're very controlling, and I have a problem with people who try to control me. So it took me a lot of hard lessons, but ultimately, I think when I found my real friends and people who just reminded me of who I am and just let myself take up more space. Um, yeah. Also, when you find the right person, it's easy to talk to them. But it takes work. I don't know. It's just I've had a lot of heartbreak and I've had a lot of tough lessons. Um, and I've been on my own. Yeah, right. Parents are honestly, parents are your first bullies. I'm a hard believer in that. They're your first bullies. Your family are your first bullies. And I've had to unlearn a lot of things that I was told. Yeah, I had to let go of a lot. I mean, I'm trans. I let go of a whole other life and I let myself build a new one. And I have a lot more love in my life now. So, yeah, of course. Yeah. So, the hanged one. Be willing to look at yourself differently. Be willing to give yourself more. This is for Bree, by the way. Yeah. Be willing to look at yourself differently. You are deserving of the love you seek. Because the only thing stopping you is you. Whew. Yeah, girl. I'm getting. Oh, remind me if. Let me know what your pronouns are. By the way, I don't want to misgender anyone. It's a very clear space. We want to keep it safe and respectful. So we have the Queen of Cups. You have a lot of love to give. It's very apparent. You have a lot of love to give. Haha. There you go. I love when that happens. Yeah, take a breath. Take a breath. If you need to, like, water your face, go wash your face. Just feel, you can even let that hang. You don't have to respond right away. Respond when you're ready. Don't feel like you have to rush and answer that. Just by the way, I definitely take a breath before I am ready to answer. So don't just run into that. He showed up, cool. Noted. Take some time. He fucking sensed it too, his Scorpio ass, psychic ass. Anyways. No worries, she heard. Cool, Bree. Yeah, you've got a lot of love to give, babe. But there's a sense of like you're a little pessimistic about the topic. A little pessimistic about like love life and things coming for you. Of course, Haley, all the best to you. Please let me know how it goes. Like, oh my gosh. Down the line, if I'm on again, let me know. I'm so curious. Almost feels like there's this idea that I don't know, there's like a lot of staying up at night. Maybe there's someone you have in mind, but maybe you just know that that's like just kind of pessimistic, maybe about a person, and maybe you're trying to move on from that. So it's going to require you to look at yourself differently. Um, Change your perspective on the kind of person you are. I don't know why, because it kind of feels like it just feels heavy. This is a Capricorn card. I don't know if you have a Capricorn in your life that you're thinking about. If let me know if there's anyone in your energy, even if they're not actively someone you're talking to, if there's someone remotely in your energy, maybe from the past or someone you've just had your eye on or someone you tried with and that didn't work out recently. Oh, okay. You've been accused of cheating, and I just broke up with my most recent ex because he wouldn't tell me why. Honestly, most of the time when that shit happens, they're the ones cheating. And that's the Sagittarius bluntness. Like, usually they're the ones cheating when they start accusing you of some heinous shit off the wall. It's like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, how are you gonna say I'm like that? Don't the math doesn't math up. They're usually the ones cheating, and if you do, that's clearly he told on himself. He couldn't deal with the guilt. I think he might be a cap rising, but I don't know. Okay, that's fine. Um, yeah, so like, there might be some pessimism. You might feel really shitty about like how that left you feeling. I definitely know people have ghosted me without telling me why, and I still don't know why. Not exactly. Later on, I kind of have an idea. And looking back, yeah, it wasn't the healthiest dynamic. Um, he kept saying he's having dreams of you, but wouldn't talk about it. His own insecurity came and ate at him. Most of the time, when people bounce, it has nothing to do with you. When people dip, it has nothing to do with you. Because that's what I ended up figuring out when this chick left. When this chick just left me at a bar, blocked me out of nowhere, and didn't give me a warning. I had just come out. Now I'm like, she's probably transphobic. She probably just couldn't get down with the fact that I had just started hormones. And I was 2 weeks on hormones, and I had started changing my name socially. And so maybe that was a little of a shock for her. But anyways, in the end, I kind of felt like it had nothing to do with me. Um, it had nothing to do with me. And looking back, and she was the type to cheat all the time. And that was my issue with her. We weren't together, but I knew she was cheating on her man with some other guy. And that was my biggest shit with her. I was like, I can't really respect that. Exactly, that doesn't add up. How would you cheat? He probably did something. Honestly, he probably either that or he felt like he's just not good enough for you. When people do that shit, it's just like it's so immature. How the fuck did you even get in a relationship to begin with? You can't even communicate. Like, I'm sorry, not you. Like, I mean him. But like, it just gets me upset because like men know better. Men know better, but they don't do better, and that's why I don't know. As a trans man, I really aspire to not be a typical cisgender asshole. Um, but yeah, that don't sound right, and that's not how to love people. That's not how we love people. That's not love. That's just not. It's rude. It's trying to make you feel like you did something. You ain't do anything, and he knows you didn't do anything. He really knows why, but oh my god, yeah. I feel like men don't truly mature until they're like 40, which is why sometimes I'll be dating older men. But like, I'm so tired of men in general. But what up? Teach me how to say your name. You can write it phonetically in the chat, please. That'd be really nice. Let me know what your pronouns are. Yeah, so anyways, what's coming towards you in love, it's really the first thing that has to happen first is you got to look at yourself differently, forgive yourself. Is there some pessimism, you're kind of up at night about it, and you deserve a king of pentacles. Think about like what you deserve and be that, and if drop the question, else you won't be able to move forward with the relationship. So I said bye and dropped it on my socials. Dang. And that's a Sagittarius ass move because that's just, you had to get to the point, the core of the matter there. He wasn't willing to dive into why the fuck he was saying that, especially when men get defensive. Defensiveness is so unnecessary. If you really got nothing to be stressed about or pressed about, why are you stressing? Why can't I ask about this question? Why can't we talk about that? Why? That could be a conversation that makes us closer. That could be a conversation that helps me understand you better. That could be a conversation, like, it's just, Nkechi. Cool. Thank you so much for writing that down. Yeah, like, men get defensive and it kills me. And I'm like, bro, chill, take a breath. Why are you throwing arrows right back, throwing swords right back? And I'm like, bro, chill, just take a breath. It's not, they just want to, they feel so attacked, and it's like, oh, I'm going to be too exposed. Honestly, he feels guilty to me. Oh, your pronouns are you he, her? Are you he, him? Are you she, her? Are you they, them? Do you identify as a man or a woman? Are you non-binary? Are you fluid? Are you gender fluid? Like, this is a queer space. I'm transgender. I go by he, him. Are you a man or a woman? Okay. Or a non-binary person. Yeah. Instead of choosing peace, he chose conflict. And honestly, that conflict was already existing in him. He feels guilty about something, and that's why he ghosted, because he's like, he honestly, he probably did you a favor. But in a way, it's kind of fucked up because it's not cool. Honestly, he sounds like a child. You're okay. So she, her. So I call you Nkechi. Nkechi, cool. Thanks so much for being here. If you want to wait a little bit, I can get to your question in a little bit. Make sure I'm not missing anyone else. Yeah, I think we're okay for now. Yeah. So I think right now what you need to focus on is do what you were doing and get back to you. I think there's still some work that needs to be done. Yeah. There's still something, you gotta get yourself out of this energy, because this doesn't attract people. Well, of course, yeah. You always question yourself when that kind of thing. It's very natural. Yeah, but just be sure. Honestly, you'll find out. The truth always comes to light in the end. It does. If you have any friends, feel free to go to your friends and talk to them about it. The friends that you trust, that you can talk to about it, and they'll listen. But yeah, just try to find your people. Find your people that can help you, remind you who you are, because it kind of feels like you're a little lost. Look at yourself differently. This King of Pentacles is like what you deserve. You deserve something way more solid and way more responsible with your heart. And that's something that it takes time to build. Definitely take your time with meeting people. Be open to meeting people and give people a chance to show you who they are. And remember, like, what do I want out of a partner? I want to have, I want to be able to communicate clearly with my partner. I want to know when I do something that bugs them. I want to know what they like when I do something. If they like that, okay. Not that I'll keep doing that, but I know they'll appreciate it. What do they appreciate about me? I want to feel appreciated. I want them to appreciate me. I want them to verbally tell me that. Figure out what your love language is. If you're the type of person that you like when someone helps you, like, I love when my roommate helps me clean the apartment. I'm like, yo, help me clean this real quick. And I love when we get, because now we're working together and that builds our bond. So I love quality time with people. I love just sitting with friends and watching a movie or playing a video game. Like I like spending time with people. Hey, papatya, what up? Hey, hold on for a little bit, and then I'm in the middle of a read. If you can tell, so definitely announce your name when you come into any tarot reader, and honestly, say hello when you go into any tarot reading. Say hi, let people know you're there, and then ask if you can read a question. Maybe read the room when you come in. Just a suggestion, but I'm happy to read for you in a little bit. But yeah, Bree, just take some time, be open to people, and learn your own love language and how to communicate. Tell people what it is you want and what you need, and also remember that you give those to yourself first. Yeah, and then work from there. So a lot of love. You have a lot of love to give. And there's a lot of love there for you. So get out of this. Get out of all this sword energy and all these fallen cups, and change your perspective on yourself. Like look at yourself differently. Like have some more appreciation. The fact that you dealt with any of that shit, you're a very strong person. And as a Sagittarius, it's good for you that you cut it immediately. You know, you were like, I'm not gonna handle this. Like, look, I'm just trying to talk, and he couldn't handle it. You deserve better than that. You deserve someone who has the patience to be like, all right, I'm gonna talk. They should get you by now. If you're with them for however long, they should understand you by now. How you work, how you function. So, and what makes you what gets a more positive reaction out of you. Okay. See him. Let's see. Nkechi, you said it. What does he look but never stare? Nkechi, what is your sign? I'm 4 years too long. Thank you. That's a compliment. I know, right? It's just crazy to me. Like I be giving people all this like relationship advice, and yet here I am, my single ass. Oh, you're Scorpio. Hey, my moon is Scorpio. That's cool. Do you know who your person's sign is by chance? He looks, but he never stares. He's looking, but he's not staring. You want him to stare, because that hints to me that there's a desire of you wanting him to stare at you. He's looking, he looks, but he's not staring. Make it make sense. Explain. Explica. Oh, okay. There's a lot of eye contact. Okay. You're a Scorpio. Scorpios, you're sensing something. You connect with eye contact. Are y'all talking at all? Okay. Well, he kind of feels like you have a lot of people around you. Maybe you attract a crowd. Maybe you see him a lot. You see him a lot. So you're in the vicinity. Probably feels like you have something figured out. You kind of have everything going for you. Maybe feels like maybe you're a little unapproachable. Maybe he's a little like, yeah, maybe not so much. What's up, Ladine? Hi. Just I am in the middle of a reading. Yeah, so feel free to hold back just a second before presenting a question. So yeah. Yeah, he kind of maybe feels like there's you're not approachable right now. You've got like, I don't know, maybe approach him. I don't know what his sign is. You might be a more action oriented person. Like you might be very like, I'm gonna go do this. Like you just kind of make up your own mind very quickly. That's all right, Ladine. But yeah, it just kind of seems like he doesn't know how to approach you. he kind of feels like he doesn't know where he fits in the picture. And if he's sending you, you're noticing him looking. He's sending you eyes, but you're kind of like, why the fuck doesn't he do anything? What is keeping him? Actually, let me pull from. You felt him looking. Okay. Do you have a lot of people around you? Like when you see him? I know I hate when I feel people staring at me because I can sense that shit too. Like when I'm watching a movie, I can feel my roommate looking at me like, and I'm like, please stop looking at me because it's gonna make me not want to enjoy the movie. Like, it's really annoying. Like, please let me watch this without you staring at me. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he feels like you have someone else, but this 3 cups confuses me. Yeah. Generally, what I get though is that maybe he feels like he's afraid to approach you. Doesn't know how to approach you. Do you ever say hi to him? You have social anxiety. Okay. That makes sense. You got to put yourself out there sometime. If you like him or if you're curious, say hi. A hi is totally harmless. Why is he looking? Oh, this is so confusing. It just has forgiveness, but I'm not sure. No, but you really like him. Okay. Well, like, forgive him not being as headstrong. Something about spring. Maybe something happened around the springtime. That could also be springing forward. You just hope something just happens. Okay. Yeah. Maybe just say like, "Hey, how are you?" I know it's okay, but like honestly, a hello is so mild. I mean, like, I understand social anxiety, but if you notice him staring at you, what are the odds of him like rejecting a hello? You know, most people will respond to a hi, or just be like, "Hi, this is my name. Like, what's your name?" Once you start talking, you're talkative. Okay. Well, that's okay. He might be really into that. Like, he's probably really curious. Let me pull from here again. Why is he approaching her? What is that about? You know, he might be in denial that you'd even give him a chance. 8 of Cups reversed. Maybe he feels like he just won't give him a chance or something. He's probably just like not sure how to even approach. A huge thing is that he doesn't know how to start. He probably knows you're socially anxious too and doesn't want to overwhelm you. Like, you know, but yeah. But yeah, don't get too frustrated about it. Just forgive that whole thing. But yeah, this could be a chance for you to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and just be like a friendly hi. That is a first step. Even if you just don't say anything else for the rest of the day, you just say hello. It might be like he might be then could take the ropes from there. Oh, she said hi. Maybe I can actually talk to her now. Like, just give him some access point. We can't expect people to know how to talk to us. But yeah, just a little hello, I think, is a good first step. Like, it's the worst that could happen. And just say it with a smile, like, hi. It's okay to be a little nervous too. All right, Ladine. Or who was it? Or Papatia. All right, Papa, are you still in here? I want to make sure. Papa, let me know. Whoever's in the room, say here. Like, let me know you're here. I'm gonna turn the AC on. Cool. What's up, Ladine? All right, let's see. We have Ladine. What's your sign? Oh, you say you're a Sagittarius. What's next between you and your husband? He's a Virgo. Interesting combination there. Virgos are like, I always clash with Virgos, and I'm a Sagittarius too, but like, I wonder how that works. We're separated. It makes more sense now. Lived together only sometimes, and I thought things were getting better, but he started a fight today again. Oh, fuck. Okay, sorry to hear that. He started a fight. I'm just ruminating on the fact that he started a fight. Are we sure? not to discount you, but I'm saying, was it really out of nowhere that he just kind of was like, boom, a fight? Okay. Okay. He just kind of came out of nowhere and started fighting. Gosh, my old boss was a Virgo, and he just wanted me to read his fucking mind. And that was so annoying. He just wanted me to read his fucking mind and wanted me to do shit a certain way. And he would send me notes and notes and notes on fucking capitalizations and the way I spelled shit or the way, like, little minute details. And Virgos are perfectionists, and I'm a Sagittarius, and I don't aim to ever be perfectionist because I don't believe in perfection. That is an unrealistic thing to want, and that's my biggest fight with Virgo. Um, that's my biggest issue with Virgo. They kind of are perfectionists, and I think that's an unrealistic way to go about life. And it puts way too much expectation on people. Yeah, and eventually I was fired, but it's whatever. That's okay. He doesn't have to respond right away. And I told you, Haley, like, you don't have to respond right away. Right away. Just give him a second. It doesn't have to be so fast. We need time. Feel the moment out. Like I said, relax the nerves first. Relax the nerves first. Don't roll your eyes about it. It's frustrating. If you don't think it's worth it, then let him know that and move on. But okay, you didn't respond to the calls. Okay, well, like, he's trying to talk and then you're not answering the phone. But let him know, like, hey, I just need some time, or I'm in the middle of something. You just have to communicate the reality of the situation. Like, I just need some time. Okay, so he went to the store and then he didn't tell you. Haley, just give me a minute because I'm in the middle of someone's reading. But just take a breath in the meantime, girl. Like, go outside to get some fresh air. Go for a walk. Listen to some music. I didn't ask him. He went. He went. And then okay, it's okay, babe. It's fine. I understand. Just take a breath. Like, I can't stress that enough. Just take some time to, like, connect to the heart center. Forgive yourself. Don't have to judge the situation just yet. Just give it a moment. Yeah, you stay quiet the whole time he was yelling. Okay, that's fucked up. I'm so sorry, Ladine. This is my issue with men in general. I'm so sorry. Why are men? Why are men? Shit. Okay. you're just trying to be a team player here, and he just like didn't want to participate. And that seems really gross and like rude. It's like, man, honestly, I would just be like, hey, I really didn't deserve that, and leave it at that. But yeah, they have all these standards and shit, and it's unrealistic to put them on people. And then excuse me, and then then they don't like also being asked to do for things. Like, I don't know, it's inconsiderate. It's just an inconsiderate move. But anyway, so let me ask, what is there in the future? Honestly, if you're living together, it is so important to keep a peaceful environment at home. Otherwise, living at home is hell. And home is supposed to be the place where you can unwind and relax and be yourself and feel connected to the space that you're in. Jeez. I'm just gonna change the song. Yeah, home is an environment we have to nurture. Yeah, that's what you want, right? And so if you're not open to like having a conversation with him, and he said he's done, he might be done, but if you're not, you still have the right to be like, hey, look, I don't think I deserve that. um I'm trying to keep a peaceful home. I know you avoid the arguments, but you also have to not let people walk over you, you know. He's looking for the dumbest reasons to blow up. He's just holding on to a lot of anger, and quite frankly, he needs therapy. The man needs therapy, because any kind of outburst like that, he's suppressing things and taking it out on you. You're not his emotional punching bag. So staying quiet is still taking on like he's putting his shit on you. Ten of Pentacles fucking reversed. Ten of Pentacles is literally all about like that home space and having what you need. And when it's in reverse, it's like out of whack. So like, be like, if you are, you still have a right to just be like, I didn't deserve that, and either you find a way to get your frustration out differently, or I don't know who has the rights to the place, but like move forward on further separation. Be like, I can't live in a home where that happens. And if you are upset about something, you need to talk to me more clearly and not blow up on me. And if you're a Sagittarius, throw it at him bluntly, because if he wants to be a Virgo and be a hard ass, that's what's gonna get to him. Because I told my boss, I was like, or I went to HR. I was like, he cut me. I was like, actually no. My boss asked me a question, and we're in the middle of a Zoom meeting because we're COVID, right? And so we're in the middle of a Zoom meeting. He asked me a question, and he's asking me like, why did you do something like this? Something really stupid. And I'm just trying to give him an answer, and he cuts me off as I'm answering, and that pissed me off because that's my biggest thing. I don't know. I'm trans, so like, I always grew up with men interrupting me because I was presenting as a woman at the time, a girl. And so whenever men interrupt me while I'm speaking, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm still talking. And so I literally cut him off, and I was like, I'm sorry, can I finish answering the question you asked me? And I never talked to him like that before. And honestly, like, everyone shut up. And I don't think he liked that. But honestly, he had to take me more seriously, because I don't like it when people just do that, thinking they could just walk all over me. And that's not okay. Yeah. And then saying that we don't listen. Exactly. That's exactly why I lost my fucking job, this fucking asshole. Sorry, man, you taking me back, honey. Let me not get too serious with this. But yeah, there needs to be more balance here. Like Two of Pentacles, like this, that we have to balance this home living, but I can't have that here. We can't allow that to be a norm. And if you need to go to therapy, but it can't be here. Either that, or consider where you can go and stay somewhere for at least a little bit until he calms down. But honestly, it seems really unhealthy because there's a lack of balance there. We need to have more balance. We need to be able to, you know, have some peace at home. It's like almost like he doesn't want it to be. Thank you. And honestly, in the end, I went to HR and I told her that he cut me off and he wants me to like read his mind. And I have a lot of questions, and they're just like, he's just like, he's like persistent. He like really wants me to fail. It's like he really, like my boss really wanted me to fail, and I was trying everything to do good by him, asking many people for their for help and help me learn how to do this right. Okay, cool. I think I got it. And oh, you still fucked this up. Oh, damn. Okay, he was only telling me what I was doing wrong, and he wasn't telling me what I was doing right. Because I'm like, well, what? How do I know if I'm doing what I'm doing right? If you're only telling me what I'm doing wrong, I'm only gonna focus on that. You know. Oh, it was really toxic. And he's like, let me know when you want to reconnect or whatever. And I'm like, when I went and got my surgery, I had a GoFundMe and I sent it to him. I sent the link to him and everyone that was on my team. It was like 5 of us. I emailed everybody. I say, hey guys, I'm sure y'all are doing fine. Here is my GoFundMe for my surgery. If you would like to donate, would appreciate it. Thank you. And I sent it to that. And like 5 minutes later, he sent me like $500 in my GoFundMe. But and then text me like, hey, let's reconnect afterwards. Because in my GoFundMe, I explained how I lost my job and I lost my benefits 1 month before my surgery, so I couldn't get my surgery, and that really affected me. And anyways, I kind of threw it at him, being like, look, this is like, you negatively affected my life. And so I threw that at him. And yeah, he tried to pay back. And I'm like, that's a start. He wants to talk, but I'm like, I have to calm down before I have that conversation. But it's all right, Nkechi. You can probably rewind and you can go back into the video, but I did finish your reading. Definitely rewind. I want to say maybe it's been about 15 minutes. So go back maybe like 15 minutes and see where we left off. So, anyways, they never say anything positive. They're definitely, the man needs therapy. I'm gonna ask, you deserve better communication and more loving communication than what you're getting. And also, don't be afraid to take up space. If he wants to be big and bad and a big bear, a big angry ogre in the room, um, honestly, it's almost like having a baby cry. Yeah, he did emotional damage to me. And honestly, I was very depressed afterwards because that was my life. I was very dedicated to my job and I was there for over a year, and he was a new guy, and he was just coming in, and he had done that job for many years at other places, but um it was also my first time taking on that role. And I don't know, I felt like he just kind of saw every opportunity to tell me that I failed somewhere, and that wasn't okay, and told me to go to therapy. And I'm like, and I did go to therapy. I even did go to therapy, and I was telling my therapist, I'm like, my boss just doesn't, I don't know why I can't do right by him. I can't make him happy. I'm just trying everything. And I'm really trying to make it work, and he was persistent on making me fail, I felt like. Anyways, yeah, so yeah, I'm sorry, but you deserve better loving communication. Don't let him walk over you. Use that Sag fire ass energy. And I know we don't want to be in arguments and everything, but you can't let people walk over you. So it doesn't have to be this explosive thing. What I was saying before is, let him, if he's going off, let him go off. Almost like letting a baby cry. And when they're done crying, be like, okay, what I'm hearing is that you're upset with me because why? And then because your calmness and that contrast, I mean, you even being quiet, honestly, good for you, because I know Sagittarius can have a loose tongue as well. Um, and I know that's probably not the first fight y'all have had, and you're over it too. But yeah, I think if that happens again, just being like, I don't want, like, we don't have to do it this way. We can communicate without having emotional, like, we can communicate without doing this. So yeah, I think it's good in overall that you didn't respond to his outburst, because you were only going to get more outbursts from him. He got it out of his system, but if you catch him at a calm moment and you still feel like, I still feel like you should, because you don't deserve that. And you should also demand more respect, because you're also a grown ass person, who deserves more respect. And it doesn't matter who the hell it's from. And even consider, again, if you need to stay at a friend's place for a night or two, you know, because it's hard for him to face that shit. And honestly, you don't have to be the one. You honestly ask your, if you pray at all, if you are a praying person, or if you meditate, or if you speak to the universe, or you ever have those moments, those intimate moments, with yourself, just ask the universe for some peace and for some positive resolution, for everyone involved, because that's what I want. I want him to do better, as much of a dick he's being. I want him to do better, and I want you to get the respect you deserve, and would like to see him respect you more. But yeah, and then he twisted it, because he's heartless. The man needs therapy. Honestly, being separated is probably for the best, and I think the further y'all separate, the better, because something about you triggers him, but it's really something he sees you that's in him that he doesn't like. Because you told him, hey, if you told me you were gonna go, I needed some things, and he was like, I was imperfect. You made him feel imperfect. Seeing you happy triggers him because he's not happy. He wants to be happy. He wants to be happy, but he is like fighting being happy. He's fighting letting you be happy. He wants you to, like, he's just being spiteful. He's just being spiteful. You don't deserve that. Get good. Find your friends. Have a girls' night. Watch a movie. Get the Moscato out. I don't know what you drink. If you're drinking, if you can. It was okay, but that's the thing. When you're arguing, you're not actually communicating. Like, taking it up to an argument after you're talking calmly is not communicating. He doesn't actually know what communicating means, because I don't think he's managed to have a healthy conversation that is constructive. Has he ever been able to? These are questions to ask his ass. Like, have you ever been able to have a constructive conversation that is helpful and healthy? You know, have you ever been able to do that? Because that is really where the communication shit lies. And honestly, men have problems with communicating their feelings. It's so annoying, and that's such a huge problem in society. Like, and I aspire to just be a better man than all the cisgender men. I luckily don't have all the toxicity that there's fucking built into them. It's so annoying. He's projecting on you, in your opinion. Yeah, it's not fair. Honestly, like I said, have a girls' night, find your friends, open a bottle, watch beaches. I'm just kidding. Just watch a movie. Watch a movie with your girlfriends, or go have a night out. Let yourself feel good. Dress up. Don't let him take away your joy. Nobody should take away your joy. He's trying to do that shit, and his opinion don't fucking matter anymore at this point. It doesn't matter. Only just start surrounding yourself with better people who know you and trust you and love you and remind you of who you are. That's another big theme today. If that's how your relationship has always been, he blew up on you. Let him feel the sting of your actual absence when it's finally gone. I know it sucks, but you deserve better. You deserve better than that. That's not love, love. That's not love. That is, he needs to really take a deep look at himself, because if that's how he is on the fly, it's even if he were to see someone else, that part of him is still going to be there if he doesn't work on that. And every relationship after that, if he doesn't work on that, every relationship after you is going to be the same bullshit. He'll repeat that fucking cycle over and over and over again. And it's still because he's trying to blame all the women in his life. Does he have a good relationship with his mom? Like, just I hate to say it, but that's usually the case. It used to be good. Yeah, let him feel the sting of your absence, though. Be that powerful. It's always way more powerful when like people dip. You're like, damn. He's like putting the nails in the casket. Yeah, they don't talk. He's mad at his mom and taking it out on you. She probably wasn't very nurturing to him. He never taught her. She never taught him how to communicate. She never taught him how to deal with his feelings. Or I don't know what the relationship was like with his dad either, because his dad was probably an angry person, and his mom was probably passive, and probably a try. Yeah. Find out what your love language is, and seek it out in yourself and in other people, and communicate what it is that you want, so that you can have more of what it is that you want. He was in foster care. Yeah, he doesn't know what healthy looks like. He never had a structure. And it's not his fault. I feel bad for the guy even. I pity the guy. Like, he just didn't have a structure. He doesn't know what healthy looks like. He's only got movies and music and porn. That's all he has. He doesn't know much about what it takes to really see someone for who they are. He doesn't feel seen. No one saw him for who he was. And maybe there was a time, but don't let him take advantage of that in you. That patience in you. Don't take advantage. Don't let him take advantage of that. You wanted to help him, but honestly, babe, we cannot fix people. We can only love them. Yeah, the sooner you get away from that, I already foresee it. Tell me I ain't calling it now. You cut it off. You dip, or you go stay somewhere else for a little bit. He used to start crawling back and crawling back. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to do that. Or you're right, or whatever. Like, just sweet talking you. Whatever he did in the beginning to get you. Yeah. Oh yeah. No worries. Thank you. All the best to you, babe. Honestly, you're a queen, and you have such immense patience. Give yourself a try. You can do. There are so many better men out there, or women. Let me stop. Shameless plug, but check out the Lil Nas X's new album, Montero. It's fantastic. I cried. Okay. Anyways, all right. Let's see. Let's see. Who's around? Is anyone in here? Let me know. Also, I've been on 2 hours. If anyone wants a reading, please pass a donation. Would be so appreciated. I'm about to start cooking soon. And Ketchy, I read your question already. Haley, what's that? What happened? You didn't do anything wrong. Like I said, it has nothing to do with you and Ketchy. Don't put the blame on yourself. Like, you would know if you did something wrong. And if you have to ask them, hey, did I do something wrong? There's no harm in asking that. And if they don't respond, keep moving. Keep it on. Keep it going. Yeah, honestly, what you said is good. Okay, but also I would also recommend mentioning what you are wanting, because you're mentioning what you're not wanting. So to help him understand, you have to paint the picture of what it is you do want. Be like, I just want to be peaceful, and I just want to I just need somewhere I can find rest. I just need some rest, and I would hope that you could be someone I can put more rest in. Don't assume that he's immature. Assuming is not the way. Assume nothing. Assume nothing. Give him time, because it's actually really mature to not respond right away with a message like that. You have to think about things. If you really want a real answer from him, he has to think about it. He's not going to know immediately what to say, especially if you're giving him new information. Like, paint the picture of what you want so he can figure out how to help you get there. Because it's kind of like you again just told him what he did, and not giving him any access point to like do better. He's like, okay, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? Like, that would be kind of an immature response. But in hindsight, you could also say it really helps me when you listen. It really helps me when um, because you don't have to throw all that. But it's still more throwing all the. Again, I can see about the nagging. I'm not saying that you're nagging, but I can see how he would see it as nagging. But I would definitely recommend being like, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he wants. You'll find out what he wants if you paint a clear picture for him about what you want. You paint a picture for him. This is what I want. I'm looking for that. I'm hoping you can be someone that could help with that. Then you have him being like, okay, or okay, maybe I can't be that person. But either way, you're gonna find out. He would see it as nagging because you're going through so much and it's all emotional and you're just going through so much. Just like you're going through a lot at home, and you just have all these stresses, that all this weight going on in your life, and you're just telling him about the weight in your life. But you have to help him see what it is that you're wanting. It just kind of feels like, look, I just have a lot going on, and I'm kind of helpless, and I'm kind of here, and I'm kind of feeling this way, and I just don't need that, and I don't need this, and I don't need that. Okay, then what do you need, and what do you want? Because that's the part that's going to get overwhelming for him, because it's like, okay, I know this, I know this, I know this, but you're not helping me find a solution. And I've said this already to you, Haley. Like, what do you want? Let him know. How can I help? He doesn't even know how to say that, because he doesn't have those tools either on navigating this kind of conversation. Because again, y'all both are pretty young, I think. So like, give him a way to help. Like, be more clear, but this is what I need. And if you can help, if you want to be around, I would want this kind of dynamic, that I can be there. And also, what are you offering him? I can be someone you can vent to in the way that I'm venting. Like, what is the exchange? What is the exchange? You know, you have so much going on, and that's fair and valid, and it doesn't go unseen. And he's giving you room to talk about all of that, but there is no way out of it. And he's feeling that same sense of hopelessness. And again, like I said, he just feels how hopeless you are. But it's like, do you even have a silver lining to look at so he can see it with you? You know, can he see that silver lining with you? Do you see any? Look for it and communicate it. You know, and he constantly betrayed you. Yeah. Well, honestly, how many times does people have to fuck up with you for you to finally let them go? You know, there are so many people out there that are ready to love you in a way that you wouldn't expect. You know, if we really want to break that cycle, you have to think of, you got to do the thing that scares you, babe. Just got to do the thing that scares you. That is how we get over, like, and if he can't hear it, then you know that is your answer. But if you really are getting kind of caught up in it because of him, just him being who he is to you, and you feel like maybe you want to give it a chance, give him a way to help. Throw him a bone. It's kind of like you have your shield up and you're just kind of like, oh, I'm feel really, I'm really hurt, but like blah blah blah, and everything's really tough right now. And he's like, I can't even see you. Put the shield down, and how can I help you? You know I fucked up, but like, how can I even get to you? You missed him. You know, if you're not ready to let that go, you're not ready to let it go, then I think anytime someone pops up back again, there is a chance to reconcile and make things peaceful. But if there's like a power struggle, you have to always go at it with this. This is why I wear this. It always reminds me. And it's what I expect from people, is to treat me like an equal. Are we really treating each other as equals here? In the same way he listened to you nag, you can listen to him nag about how you are nagging. Listen, like, let him vent about how annoying am I. Let me know so I can see myself through your eyes, and you're seeing something about me that I. What does what mean? Oh, yeah, like, yeah, like, bitch to me. What's going on in your life? Do you ever stop yourself from venting and being like, what's going on with you? What's going on in your life? He held so much space for you. Oh yeah, yeah, my chain. It's an equal sign. You got to treat each other as equals in any situation. So if I'm venting and I'm going off, I did this recently. I was going off as I was in such a fucked up place a couple months ago, and I just felt really awful and I couldn't get out of it. And I went and vented to a friend for like an hour, and then at the end, I was like, excuse me, I was like, oh my God, how are you? Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, how are you doing? I just needed to get that out. And they're like, no, it's okay. And then she went off on her own thing, and I treated her as an equal. Like, she gave me space. I recognized the space that she gave me. And I was like, how are you? I can listen now. Are you offering him space to talk? Scorpios are big thinkers, and they have a capacity to really talk. You also have to present them the opportunity to. You have to remember, like, we're taking up space. It's good that we take up space. We have to allow others to take up space too. Well, yeah, because you probably don't ask if he has anything on his mind. other people are like, hey, what's going on, man? And you just kind of show up with like a bucket loads of thoughts. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Honestly, again, I don't even know anything about him, but because like I feel like, has he been going through anything? Do you know? What does he have going on is in his life that you're aware of that he told you? Was there ever? Have you asked him? Have you asked him, hey, how are you? What's your day like? How have you been? How's school? Or how's work? How's your mom? How are your friends? How's that going for you? With like genuine interest and care. Like, he's probably not expressive or excited because he's just like, just sees a pattern at this point. Okay. But also engage with him though. Acknowledge that you should be engaging with him more. That's good. Just engage with him. Like, and keep it light. I think we're always jumping to like the hard stuff and we're trauma bonding. That's a whole other topic. Sometimes we just bond people with our trauma and the shit we've been through and the shit we're going through. But and that's always, I think any relationship we just seek to be understood. But it's like we have to aspire to be doing better in the same breath. Like, look, we've all gone through some shit, but we also have to like, I went through this thing and you went through this thing. How can we like do better? And how can we like not go through that again? And how can we do that together? All this stuff is making me think about someone. Honestly, maybe just accept the fact he's just not mature enough to be having that conversation. But also provide some space. Try something different. If you want something to be different, you have to treat the situation differently. If you want to like grow beneficially, constructively, the bonding can be toxic and it can be depressing. However, the difference is we have to acknowledge what we've been through together and how we can do better. Cool. Yeah. So how about just being like, hey, do you want to go for a hike or do you want to go? I remember I asked someone to go to Disneyland with me, and I was like, do you want to just go to Disneyland? Because like nothing was really going on, and I was like, I just want to have fun with you. I've always told someone, I only want you to feel good things with me. I only want you to feel happy, good things with me. So every time I spend time with her, I'm always like, let's go hiking, let's go to Disneyland, let's go have fun. Like, what can we do that's going to be fun for both of us? And and yeah, when we go, we do have fun, and we have tons of fun. And I love making that happen because every memory is a good time. And yeah, and when we're out having a good time, we can talk about those things. But we're also going to jump on a ride right now. We're also going to go climb this mountain, or we're also going to like look at whatever, and we're going to watch this movie, and then we're going to like, just has to have a balance of energy, light energy. And there's a time for everything. There's a time to have a heavy conversation, and there's a time to just like keep it light. But I feel like with you, he's not as expressive and he's not as excited because probably the pattern has been always heavy conversations. It's like, when's the last time we talked about something really that excited the both of us? What is he like? What does he like to go do? Like, let's go do this. Like, offer an adventure. Sometimes you just need a new experience with each other. New experiences can really change things up. Yeah, I went hiking with this girl, and we were just she was going through a lot, and I'm like, you want to just get some air? Let's just go hiking. I know this amazing hike, and there's a waterfall, and it's like a lot of fun, and we can go to a peak and make it just like, yeah, you can just talk, we can talk. And she was like, yeah, I think I could really use that. And when we went, I mean, we didn't stop talking the whole time. And meanwhile, we're like making our own path through this like mountainside and getting into some funny situations, and we're getting present into the moment and recording each other. We're just like playing around, just keeping it light. And then when we finally got to a point, we're like, maybe let's sit down and have a talk. And like, what's on your mind? Just like, what's going on? And I just sat there and let her vent, and I let her vent, and I let her vent, and I let her vent. And then once she kind of got it out of her system, I'm like, all right, maybe let's go this way. And we just kind of explored this new path together, letting each other be completely ourselves. And oh really? Yeah, it's Eaton Canyon, Pasadena. Yeah, check if it's open, because I know some of the parks, some of the hiking trails have been closed down because of the fires. But there's a website called All Trails, alltrails.com. Yeah, and I think it'll tell you what trails are open. But there's Eaton Canyon has a waterfall. It's a very easy hike. It's just walking mostly. Um, and and then Milford Canyon also. Yeah, yeah. Those are very easy hikes, and they're great hikes to. There's a lot of people take their dogs on them, so we definitely saw a lot of people with dogs. And honestly, dogs just make me excited. Like, ah, so we both get really excited. Like, it's just like you want to experience things too, like both of you. So go out, have a new shared experience together. That doesn't have to be anything heavy. Um, yeah, maybe bring like I don't know how old you are, but like maybe bring a little like, what's the word? Maybe bring a little flask. Throw a funny drink in there. I don't know. Just kind of like, I don't know, kind of be like a kid and just be like, do you want to sip? Like, just surprise. I don't know. That's me as a Sagittarius. I love adventure. I love having new shared experiences, and that is part of my year 27. Yeah, like sneak a little drink in there. Just surprise. I mean, and it'll remind you of why you got along to begin with. Bring the child out of him. Bring the child out of you. I love hiking. Yeah, I'm right by some hills. Shit. Yeah, I'm right by some hills, so like pretty close by. I have a lot of easy access to just being outdoors, grounding energy, connecting with earth is so healing. Oh, of course. Yeah, no worries. Happy to help. Yeah. All the best to you. Take some time. Take some time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, El Morro Canyon and Laguna. I'm gonna look this up right now. El Morro Canyon, Laguna. I've only been to Laguna once, like last year. No, before that, before COVID. Cool. I'm looking up pictures. Cool, by the water. I love the beach. Ugh, girl, you got me. Yes, I love the beach too. I'm such an outdoorsy guy. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Oh my gosh. I've actually lately I've been telling my roommate, I'm like, we need to get a couple people and go on this sick hike. There's a great hike up in Malibu. It's really intense, but it's so fucking worth it. It's called Escondido Falls. Escondido Falls. It's in Malibu. It's such a worth it. Oh my god. So worth it. Take water shoes, because we're walking through a creek at one point. It's fucking great. Oh god. Thousand Steps Beach. Yes, listen, I am such a hoe for this. Thousand Steps Beach. Like, yeah. Let's go. Oh man, that's gorgeous. Oh, see, this is why I love living in California. There's just so many hidden gems out here. Yeah, yeah, it's Escondido Falls. That one's fucking. It is a beautiful. There are three tiers of waterfalls. Um, Treasure Island, I've heard of, but Escondido Falls, there's three tiers. The first tier to the waterfall is walking. It's walking to the first waterfall, and you're walking through a creek, basically. Um, and that one's pretty good to take a dog with you if you have a pet. We had like a Labrador with us, so she was like such a good such a good dog to take with us. She had so much fun. But yeah, like Escondido, the first tier is walking. The second one, it's a little more intense, but then the third one, it's like crazy. So I wouldn't recommend. Don't go. I would say go early because it's kind of a long one, but like yeah, it's such a good hike, and there's some water there. If you go in deep enough, there are pools of water. When we walked in, there's a ton of kids there. They were like jumping into the pool water, like cliff jumping, so crazy. I was so scared for them, um, but still so much fun and so cool. So like, bring a wetsuit, bring some water shoes if you can, an extra pair of socks, extra clothes, a lot of water. Um, but yeah, like if you like waterfalls, do it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I think Eaton's always a good starter hike. Um, Milford also is a great starter hike. Yeah, just do a little conditioning. I've been doing like a mile a day lately. It's a mile on the treadmill and then a mile on the elliptical and then some heavy lifting. But generally, just get it some cardio in, and bring snacks. Bring snacks. If you want a more adventurous hike, Escondido is the one. Um, But basic hikes are really good for bonding, and nature is just so healing. Even if you just go to the park, yeah. I know Disney's a lot of out of people's budget, but at the time I could afford it. I don't know. I don't think the water was deep enough at Eaton. At least the trail that I take, it's very small pool of water. Um, it's very small. It's very small. It's very small. Waterfall. Not really deep at all, but it's cute. It's just a nice thing to walk up to. People make a little picnic there. Yeah. Oof, I'm getting hungry. But yeah. All right. Well, if things slow down, I think I'm gonna make myself some food. Might jump back on a little later, but thanks so much for hanging out, Haley. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. You have a good night. I'm probably gonna like jump on maybe later. Uh, yeah. I'll be around. Take care. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.